Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2023. Here in the Arizona desert, it is 9:56 a.m. I'm glad you're here, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. Let's check this out, see what's going on, all right? What's going on in the world, what's going on in the markets, what's going on in crypto. Let's check it out real quick. Going to work on incorporating more traditional market stuff and also make these faster. That's kind of the New Year's resolution. So let's see if I can do it. Anyway, bitcoindailyview.com. Got more for you there. Check it out. As always, if there's stories that you're interested in me, sharing, commenting on, things you like charted, etc., just leave them in the comments of the video. I will see them, or put them in the live chats. I'll see them right now, and I will take a look at things. So feel free to make requests. Looking at FinViz, okay, traditional market is finally open today, and it opened, well, not so hot. So Dow down, NASDAQ taking a dump, S&P 500. Not a pretty day, okay, as far as the traditional big indexes go. Now, if we take a look here, Apple, dang, down 3.63%. I do believe there's news of them not meeting expectations or something like that, or it might have been, I think that they recently told some of their manufacturers, people who make parts for them, to not make as many parts. So I think this is kind of news-based. NVIDIA down 2.82. I guess nobody's mining those shitcoins. Google in the green, Amazon in the green, Tesla down 12.54%. And we're going to look at it. We're going to look at that a little bit closer as we roll through here. Energy, which has been in the green like crazy recently, taking a dump, all in the red. Healthcare plans in the red today. What's going on? Maybe it's the first of the year. Nobody can afford their bill. All right, that's kind of sad. Anyway, here's the deal. U.S. dollar strength index, DXY, here in the middle top, pumping today, breaking the 20 WMA. And that's kind of crushing things because it is pretty much it pretty much is like the global evil measurement or something like that. When it's pumping, it's good for some people, but it crushes the rest of the world. When it's dumping, world peace becomes possible. Anyway, so looking at crude oil here, U.S. oil spot taking a dump today, mainly because the DXY is pumping. It kind of got rejected off the 50 moving average there on the daily. S&P 500 was getting ready to challenge the 20 WMA, but it did not make it. We'll see if it does. Red candle so far today. US Tech 100, well, as expected, in the red, below all important moving averages. Gold, though, in an unusual event, is actually kind of doing pretty well today, even though the DXY is pumping, and silver is just holding on to a green candle. Both are above all important moving averages. Let's see how this plays out. Interesting stuff. Times are changing. Looking at volume on the big exchanges, it's a mix. Most of the top 50, exchanges are slightly in the green, but not that in the green volume-wise. Last 24 hours. Looking at derivatives, Binance at 17.6 billion, basically down 2% last 24 hours. So not much longs versus shorts with leverage playing out on that one right now. Binance, the kind of one that I tend to watch the most, and Coinbase, really get a feel of what's going on. But really, Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, KuCoin, good exchanges to see what the thrill of the market is right now. And Binance down 2% last 24 hours. Coinbase up 11%. Kraken up 73%. KuCoin down 2.3%. Definitely a mix with these big players. So exchange, spot trading on the exchanges is very low volume, and so is derivative trading. All right, looking at Bitcoin coming in at 16,647. I'll take it. That's nice. Staying above 16,000. That's a good way to start 2023. In general, the top 100 are pretty flat, but Flow is doing pretty darn well, up 9.9%, and Solana up 20%. We're going to take a look at that. And I just want to do a quick thing to mention. I had a big old bag from a while ago of a Solana trade against Bitcoin. So buying, Solana with Bitcoin that had gone potty and was potty. It was just pretty much zero forever and needed to pay some bills. So I sold it and I went, well, I had the least confidence Solana would actually ever make a move back up. And of course, now that I sold, it's pumping. And I thought, when I sell this, it's going to pump. Anyway, just wanted to mention it's been a hard couple years trading. You've had wins, you've had losses. 2023, let's hope it's a good year. If we just got to short the crap out of it and become short masters, fine. We're going to ride it down, making money. But regardless, as just anybody who's lost a crap ton on any alts that they had invested in, that just went down, 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 whatever, they're riding old bags. it happens. I totally lost my more money than I care to admit on a Solana BTC trade. And here's the moral of the story. Especially at this time, especially in this trading weather, stop loss. Be intelligent about it. Have your take profit or a trailing take profit set. Have a stop loss. And even though it sucks because sometimes you can hit a couple stops in a row when you're aggressively trading, have a stop loss. That stop loss could have saved me a lot, but I just thought, it's going to bounce. It's not going to bounce. Optimism that ended in 2019, if you hadn't noticed. All right, looking at longs versus shorts for Bitcoin on Binance, 66% long, 33% short. Don't know why, but whenever there's 66 and 33, it's a weird day. It tends to break to the negative when that ratio is happening. Just saying. It could be some deep Illuminati stuff, whatever. I don't know. But anyway, 66% long, 33% short for Bitcoin on Binance, and for Ethereum on Binance, 59% long, 40% short. So a long bias for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, but with the DXY cranking and the S&P 500 dumping, I doubt we're going to see a positive on Bitcoin today. So those longs, make sure you got don't use too much leverage, my friends. All right, Bitcoin versus USDT. It's nice because it's a 45-minute chart, and recently we have broken above the 200 moving average and the 314, but we lost the 314, and now we are basically seeing if we're going to bounce on the 200. That is about the best I can, looking at the larger market in general, but the best that you could expect today would be a 200 moving average bounce, this white moving average on a 45-minute chart. That's about the best I think we're going to see, and if we do, great. But we'll probably, and of course here on the hourly chart, we did not keep support on the 314, the green moving average there, and we also lost the 200, the white moving average there. So for me, this is potty. Let's see if we can bounce there. Looking at the 45, it gives you a little bit more confidence. Definitely, if we can bounce here, we will probably end up doing one of these deals where we kind of just ride between 200 and the 314. And usually, if you do that very long, you're going to lose it. It won't be a positive thing. So anyway, guys, that's that. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. 4-hour, as you can see, definitely had some upwards velocity for a while. You can see by the blue candles fired off by the candles by Sam indicator. Definitely had some nice upwards momentum. Wick to the 314, got smacked down, rejected. Boom, didn't happen. Indicators show possibility of a continued uptrend, but we're going to have to see what happens. Right now, the market is weak. It just ain't happening. So, the best bet for today that I'm hoping I'm going to be watching for is Bitcoin on the 45-minute chart can stay above that 200 and maybe get back above the 314, which is right around 16,680. So if we see 16,700 today and support even there, we're good. But right now we are potty. Let's look at that 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, yeah, lost the 200, lost the 314, but maybe we're seeing a little bit of a little bit of sparkiness here. So seeing some upwards movement. We're seeing, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Basically, not a very cheery day for the market. And unless you're in Solana. So Solana BTC, the trade that I, actually an old bag that I sold to pay some bills. I thought, I'm going to do that. It's never going to come back, whatever. I'd rather just take some of that money, pay some bills, then put the rest in trades that are actually profitable. And what happens when I sell? It cranks. So anyways, if you didn't have a bag of Solana that you sold, Solana has basically been, let me look at like a 12-hour chart here. Yeah, the thing about Solana is it's been giving it back for a long time. It's had a long downtrend. Perfect, beautiful setup, long downtrend. 12-hour charts not looking too bad. It needs to get back above that 200, which is quite a ways away. But if we look at, let's say, like, 4-hour chart, definitely have a break above the 200 and the 314. It's probably going to find support on this 314. The indicators look really good. If I was playing this on a 4-hour chart, I don't know. I might even hop in right now and put a stop right below the 314 or the 200 if I wanted to play it. A little bit risky. Anyway, not financial advice, just saying Solana is looking darn good. And you could almost do something like this if you put in like a 3-day. Let's look at this thing on the 3-day. Look at that nice, beautiful green candle. It's looking good. Let's actually see if we can do a fib sequence on this thing. Now, this is on, where are you out here? You are on, let me try Binance. It's probably been there longer. Yeah, let's do that. So what I'm going to say here is I'm going to do a fib sequence. Let's just go here and try to ride this thing up to the very, very top there and see where we're at. So here we go. We did not hold the, let me try this. Let me put it here. If I do the fib sequence like that, it's giving it all back. If I go the way here and pull in a lot of time, go back to like December of 2020, had this beautiful run up. We've given more than 76%, 75% back. So we're pumping. Let's see what happens. We are kind of, let's just see. Let's just see. I think it might be logical to say that, if we want to do the fib from here, which is logical, back on July of 2021, you can kind of see we've given it all back in a little bit, and let's see what happens. Maybe we're going to see a reversal here. It's very, very interesting chart. What if I try to do a 4-hour? Anyway, guys, I will not dwell on it, but Solana BTC might be an interesting trade. I thought it was a long time ago, but it didn't work out, but maybe you can profit. All right, so anyway, a little bit of news, okay? Tesla tumble reignites after disappointing deliveries. So interesting article here on Zero Hedge. It's there on the front. Basically, Tesla's not doing too well. But note this. So I wanted to take a look at this here. This is just TSLA, Tesla, incorporated on the NASDAQ. So if you do look, if I do this weekly chart, go way back to May of 2019, you can see this fib sequence does fit pretty well. We lost the 200 moving average, which was on the weekly, which was right at the 618 golden pocket. Now we are approaching the 786, which is right around sitting at $97.57. So we're also losing the 314 moving average here. So interesting time, it would not surprise me, especially when you look back here. You can see that the 786 has played as support resistance in the past. Be watchful. People made a lot of money shorting it down. We're at a somewhat logical bounce point. And if you follow like Trade Genius, if you see them on YouTube, you will see that they talked about, the rumors of like an Apple Tesla kind of merge or Apple buying Tesla or something like that, possible rumors like that. And so, if you were a company and you wanted to say get acquired by like an Apple who's got the cash, and then you make these kind of Apple Tesla cars that when the Tesla stock was down at 70, down at the 786 fib level, a logical bounce spot, giving a lot back, that would be a sweet time for to have some Tesla stock there. I mean, that could be friggin' massive. Anyway, life-changing wealth like it was on the way up and it was on the way down. But I think it might be on the way back up again. So I'm watching this thing, and I might start layering in as it gets close to that 786 just for fun. All right. Moscow brokered Turkey deal. Our foreign forces on their way out of Syria. This is a huge... That's why the mainstream media is so absolutely worthless. This should be on, be it CNN, be it Fox, whatever, be it whatever you might happen to watch. This is huge. So Saudi Arabia is becoming part of the BRICS. You're going to see other nations become part of the BRICS. And I'm just going to predict here, I think you're going to see Syria become part of the BRIC nations. So you've got this deal between Erdogan. He's over there. He's Turkish President Erdogan, yeah, and Putin, and you got Assad, and they're hanging together. And you got to realize that Turkey will not probably stay part of the EU. It will probably be a dual situation where it's also part of the BRIC nations. Just expect it. The world is changing. We're going to be a unipolar world, and the BRIC nations definitely are going to be part of that unipolar world. Have no doubt. So they're basically, the Kurds made a big mistake in saying, hey, sure, America, if you give us, we'll be your proxy pain in the ass in Syria. The only thing is, when you fall for that, then you get in trouble, and America's like, later, and so basically the Kurds are about to get obliterated in Syria, and then that pretty much gets Western influence out. And then if you look at the map, who is west, what is western Syria? Golan Heights, and when you've got Putin, Netanyahu, Erdogan, and Assad in a room, and it's time to deal with that issue, we're about to see the world change. And it is changing, and I hope you're watching, and I hope you see it as a positive thing, because the Bible calls it the furnaces. We all have to go through the furnaces to be, purified. And this is I think that this is such a huge, huge deal. You wait. When Syria rolls into the BRICS, I tell you what, that move into Golan Heights that Israel did is going to be a serious. It's not going to be good for them, because I don't think the BRIC nations will tolerate it. Anyway, because you ain't dealing with Syria, you're dealing with China and China and Russia's nukes, and the rest of the BRIC nations looking at you going, okay, out of Western Syria, not wishing ill on anyone. I'm just saying the world's changing, and I think that we're going to see some interesting treaties being made in 2023. All right. Also, Michael Burry, U.S. is in recession. Fed will cut and will cause another inflation spike. Well, that's what Burry says. I don't hold him as a prophet. I don't think he's right quite as much as many people say he is. And I think that he tends to just be, somebody that the mainstream media can quote because he was right about something at one time. But like he says, inflation peaked, but it is not the last peak of this cycle. We're likely to see CPI lower, possibly negative in 2H. I guess second quarter 2023, and the U.S. in recession by any definition. It's already in recession. I mean, come on. If you're part of this world and you live in America, we're in a recession, or at least hyperinflation. Put it that way. Fed will cut, the government. Fed will cut, and the government will stimulate, and we will see another inflation spike. It's not hard. It's not hard, but it is painful. So anyway, guys. That's what Michael Burry says. He's not always right, but I think on this one, his sort of, bland autistic negativity is probably correct. Bitcoin True Seekers, I am glad you are here for the peaceful revolution. Remember that for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. And that's a damn good reason to get out of bed in the morning. Stack sats and chill.